Morning, guys. It's Friday morning. Nice overcast day here in Ohio. I got a case of the chest cold crud, whatever the hell it is that's going around. I've been fighting it since last Saturday. I did get a chance to get the tailgate redone. You can take a look at it. It's sitting out in what I would call a moderately sunny sky. Hang tight, I gotta wipe this lens. There we go. Okay. I started color sanding it off real quick. This actually laid down sweet. I don't have any mapping in here anymore that I can see. Thanks, Matt, for the heads up on how to deal with that. It was sort of what I thought, but guys, it never hurts to ask for somebody who does this every day and knows how to fix things when problems arise. So, thanks everybody for their input. I got a comment from Darren about putting some accelerator in my primer. The P-sheets don't say anything about yay or nay on accelerator, but I'm going to give it a shot the next time around on a small job. And speaking of small jobs, we're going to take a walk in the shop here. Guys, it's almost time for me to go back to work and change hats to the landscaper hat. So we got this little job here, and I got another Acura coming next week. But this is an 08, I believe, Cadillac Hearse. Belongs to my buddy's company, and they had a gouge in the front bumper. Somebody cracked something real quick. I forgot to turn the camera on, but anyway, there was a gouge right here, and it's still a little bit of a gouge. I feathered it out with some 320, and there's a little nick there and a little scrape there. They try and keep these cars primo, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a little putty in that nick. It's pretty deep. I don't want to be sanding up so far back. I think that's actually touching the raw plastic. I don't want to deal with it. So instead of just trying to feather it way back and hit that plastic and deal with the problems that may or may not arise from urethane bumper cover, I'm going to throw some putty in that scratch, block that out with 320. Spot prime this little area, and I'm going to try, what I'm probably going to do is, there's a line right here, I'm going to soft edge it in there and kind of hide it behind the bumper. Going to soft tape, back mask, back tape, whatever you want to call it, along this edge, along the bottom, and then just shoot basically from the license plate area up into here. This piece of trim comes off pretty easy, I believe. I may try and pick it up a little to scuff under it and then tape it, and then I'll clear around the corner and finish it off over here at the wheel. I may back tape the wheel opening right here, and there's another nice little body line right here to lose it in, instead of just trying to puff some around the corner here. It's not a big area. It's not going to be a big area when I'm done with it. This is code 91, which is polo green metallic. The conversion companies, they have them, all their coaches painted this color, and they've got Suburbans that are a real close one to this color. So we have this color. We're going to put it on there. I've never had this color not match for me. Now watch, I'm bragging here, it'll probably come back and bite me in the ass. It probably won't match, but I'm going to work on that. I'm starting to see another faint scrape in it right there. It looks like it was touched up before and they just threw paint and clear over it instead of fixing it. Either that or it's a run coming around there, and that's all the farther they knocked it down. So we're going to fix that bad boy up. I got to go buy some more clear. I'm out of clear. I'm out of a lot of things. So you know, it makes you wonder when they paint these cars. Look how dull that is. There's not a lot of orange peel in it, but it looks like they whacked it with some 15 hundo and gave it a quick piss lather there and shifted out the door. Maybe put some glaze on it to make it look good for the time being. But it's not perfect. But what I usually end up doing on these cars, because the turning is so piss poor when you're backing up, it's always this driver's side back corner. Now, there's no damage on this car, but one of their other cars, I've done it 4 times. They'll hit something the cemetery, you know, it's just, there's a big blind spot. You know, you look at this car, you get this little ass mirror to back this thing up. Same thing with the limousines. Oh yeah, this bumper's been foobarred before. I can already see it. Somebody's backed it into something. Never mind. This is not my handiwork. This is a brand new car for them, or a newer car for them. This one's even broken back here, but until they cry about that, I'm not dealing with it, because these are fiberglass molded with the body, and they suck. When you punch one of these hard enough, it will spider crack, and you have to chase all those cracks out, fill them with resin, double check that it didn't splinter out the backside, and then usually put some Duraglass just in the cracks, and then smear the whole thing with icing for whatever area it is. That's bad. I don't even want to say, oh hell, both sides are whacked. Look at that. The camera's got to be picking that up. That fucker's punched hard. But I'm not even going to deal with it. This bumper is, I'm not going to say beyond repair, but what it would cost for me to go through this ain't even worth it. They'll punch it into something else. But the sad part is, this is the back. I mean, this is the business end of the car. When they're at the cemetery, this is what people see. Not that anybody's looking for that kind of stuff. So, at any rate, it's not a bad looking car. This has got to be one of my favorite colors. So I'm gonna go pick up some supplies, and we'll turn you guys back on when we get to that. One little smear of putty to fill that scratch. I'll block that out with 320, and I'll scuffy the rest of this area that I'm gonna paint, and try and contain my primer mess to that one little spot there where those couple of scratches are. I might even be able to sand the rest of them out good enough without even having to prime it, as long as I don't knock into the base coat. So, that being said, I'm going to leave here in a few minutes and head in to grab some supplies. Another quick addition to this episode. Got this pickup here. It's an 80 Chevy. I did a restoration and some repairs on this truck, excuse me, about 3-4 years ago. This is just a summer driver, just to tool around in. It was originally this color. We just redid it. The owner put the trim on and the grill and things like that back together, but we did all the paint and body on this. And he's brought it back to me. We never got to do a real good final buff on it. This is Centauri single stage DuPont paint. It's dirty. Gonna get her cleaned up, but I don't know if the sun's bleaching this picture out, if it'll focus, but it's a pretty nice truck. He redid all the interior. It's all carpeted, new vinyl bucket seats in it, which it did not have originally. And we painted a lot of the interior pieces. So one thing I gotta fix, we did a spray in bed liner, and when I painted the truck, I dusted some paint in this back area, and evidently it wasn't cured all the way. And I didn't seal it, I just scuffed it and put some Raptor liner in it, and it delaminated from the floor in this part right here. I dusted paint in probably to about in here. That looks like about where it stopped. It lost its adhesion. So anyways, I've never repaired one of these before, but I believe I'm going to take a bristle, like a wire wheel type, but the plastic ones with the abrasive with some 80 on it, and see how much of that I'll strip back. And then I don't know if I'll be able to really feather it out, but I'll put some sealer over that, and I'll probably try and scuff the floor. I don't know if it'll scuff or not. This stuff is pretty tough. If it will, I'll just respray the whole floor. If I can't get it to scuff, then we're going to blend it in from the back. I just want to get rid of our adhesion issues. So that's just a little quickie for you guys. I'm going to get back to work. Alright guys, I'm back from the body shop store. I might even take in a little clip after I got back, I forget, but I buffed the tailgate real quick, and I got the emblems back on it, and no problems. I'm a happy boy now. Got my tailgate back. I can actually put something in my truck without it falling out in the middle of the road. So I got that going. Take a look at the hearse here. I filled my scratch. Everything was good. Did a little scuffy scuff on the bumper. There's my first spot. I noticed a stone chip down there. I should have just painted over it, but I guess I'll be a nice guy today. It's Friday. So I filled that little booger with some flexible glaze putty, and I'll knock that off with some, I don't know, probably some 600 or something. Hell, I don't know. I went and wet sanded this bumper with some 800. Holy shit. Holy orange peel, Batman. I'm starting to look at this car. I don't know if you can see the shitty finish on that grill, but they paint these cars to whatever the customers want when they do the conversions on them. And this bumper cover's urethane, of course, or plastic, whatever you want to say. But let's take a little looky-see down the side of this car. Now, mind you, it is fiberglass. I get that. I don't know if we can see the finish on this car. I mean, it's good enough for quickie collision work, but other than that, it looks like they hit it with primer and scuffed the primer instead of blocking it out. And for what these cars cost, it's like buying a goddamn tow truck. I mean, you're talking $70,000, $80,000 for a car that's been converted like this. They get big bucks for this stuff when they make them. I'm in the wrong business, although I don't think I'd want to screw with it if I knew what these guys had to go through. I know they got to put a lot of this shit together to make it work. But the finish, absolutely. I mean, it's shiny, but it sucks. It really does. They give it a quick wham-bammer. I don't know. That doesn't really show much on this side. But gathering from the extent that I go to, some of the other cars look better, but this one, I mean, it's very grainy. Looks like there's a lot of dieback in the clear that they put on it. But, hey, man, whatever. Is what it is, brother. All right, guys, I'll catch you in a couple minutes. I'm waiting for that glaze to dry. I'll probably finish this one off with a little bit of primer on that, and then that's going to be it for today. I'm going home. I still kind of feel like a fucking bag of smashed assholes, as Darren said last night. I like that. Hope you don't mind. I just feel like shit. I got some antibiotics. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, but it's 75 degrees out today. I'm going to get that car painted tomorrow, pull that outside, and then start buffing on the Chevy over there and get that cleaned up, and then bag that thing up and go get some bed liner and fix that effed up spot in the bed liner. Okay, so kiddies, primer's on. I use my little Ingersoll touch-up gun. Made a round pattern, cut the airway back. I had paper up on this line back mask. You can see where there's like an overspray line there. 95% of that's coming off anyway. I just want enough to cover that little couple areas of bodywork where the boo-boo was. So we'll come back in the morning and we'll turn you guys on then. I'll get this one uploaded for you tonight so you can have something to watch. All right, forgot, I didn't show you what I got when I went to the body supply store. My supply store is taking on Matrix, so I'm pretty excited about that. They said the price is going to be pretty much the same as the Metal Lux line that they're carrying now. I picked up a gallon of 30 clear and a quart of 5 hardener. I don't need anything slow. It's just 70 degrees in the shop here, so this ought to work good. When it's out of dust, I'm going to back it out the door and let the sun bake it after it's flashed off, and I'm going to have a little teeny tiny blend probably, which I can maybe even rub out by hand what little bit is there. So a clear coat blend, that is, right below the grill. So I picked that up today. I believe it was $43 for the hardener and $50 for the gallon of clear. So less than $100 for that kit. I don't know what you guys are paying for it. I thought I saw in the Matrix catalog that was sent to me with my goodies that the price on that was about $100 for a gallon, but that may be suggested. I don't know what it's actually selling for because it's the first time I bought it. The Montana Clear that I was using, which I chucked the can because it was empty, was running me about 140 a gallon, and the out of dust time on that clear was like 20 minutes. And I don't know if I mentioned it the other day, but when I repainted that, maybe earlier in this video, when I repainted that tailgate, now that the trees are starting to bloom, stupid ass, I left the door open, and it was a little windy out, and a piece of tree bud came in and it fell. But as luck would have it for me, you won't be even able to see it because it was right under the Ford emblem, and it's actually, this is where this was before, and it was perfect. There was a turd right where that O is, and there was a turd about the corner of that E, and I wet sanded them down. A piece of that tree bud was still sticking out, and I said to hell with it. I covered it right up with that. Should never cause me a problem. Against my better judgment, I siliconed these emblems back on now that this has had like 3 days to cure. I don't like using silicone on that stuff. It's easy, but then you got to deal with that if you ever have to repaint it again. The bitch is trying to get these emblems off with double-sided tape. I think I mentioned in the other video, and you can see it if I get close and the camera will focus. Between the 2 and the 5, there's a vertical little crack in there. And it's been off before because this gate was painted even before I started monkeying with it. But at any rate, I siliconed those pricks on there because I'm not dealing with it. I always used to tease one of my buddies. Anytime we'd do a vehicle for him, he'd silicone them on, and that drove me nuts. But double-sided tape costs money, and I have plenty of it, but I about broke that one trying to take it back off. Let's see, what else did I buy today? I don't think I bought anything else good. I bought some white balls, and oh shit, what else did we get here? I bought some 400 and 600 wet paper. That thing of nitrile gloves right there. I go through gloves like crazy. What else did I buy? I'm trying to think. That may have been it. Oh, I bought a new respirator because it's time for a respirator. Even though this is a little spot job and I can leave the door open for it and just use the other one, I bought a respirator because it's time. So the only thing I didn't get, because this place doesn't carry it, is that XXX gun cleaner. I was hoping to buy about 4 or 5 cans of that to keep it on the shelf. I'm pretty happy with that because I used, after cleaning out my little touch-up gun here, make sure that's zoomed out, it sprayed fine, and I got a little bit of it sitting in there right now, and I ran my good gun wash through it. I may loosen up the air cap and back flush it real quick and then dump it out. That should be good for the night. Because again, I don't know if you guys saw the other video I did, but with that XXX gun cleaner, it's supposedly not safe on plastics, and I don't want it to screw up that cup because I don't have any other way to use that gun if I don't. And I thought about using that gun tomorrow to do that little job. The only bitch of it is, for a touch-up gun, it's got a super duper small tip in it. That's a .08 tip. Or I'm sorry, a 0.8 tip instead of like a 1 millimeter. I had a cheapy, I don't know, ATD or Astro or something like that was given to me that had a 1.0 tip in it. And for medium solids clear and 1-to-1 base coats, you couldn't go wrong with it if you're doing something tiny. Even though you can cut your fan down, and I do have the 3-ounce, here's the holder for it, PPS cups for the soda jet. I don't know. I also got a PPS adapter on my Plus. I know, guys, I'm rambling on. I haven't made a video in a couple days, and I got the fever for it, so this is my baby. It stays in my truck for the most part. So I got the PPS adapter on the Plus, so I'm anxious to try that out, and I'm wondering if some of my problems with the thicker viscosity materials going through the PPS cup, since there's not really a vent, it's just got an opening in the plastic part that surrounds the cup, or surrounds the liner. And they do, oh, hello, Ford horns are a little touchy there. They do collapse down in as you're spraying. But I'm wondering if that was a little restriction on my flow for the other clear I was using. It worked great for the clear I used previous but hell if I know. Too many variables and changing too many things at once, you never learn anything unless you talk to somebody who doesn't like them. So I don't know any guys who are using the PPS cups, but I got that adapter, 20 bucks. I just ordered it online real quick. They're not expensive. I just like the PPS cups because I don't have to waste so much solvent cleaning them up for the cup. But for a big job, you almost have to use the cup, because even with my bigger cups, like you saw on that, I forget. Sorry guys, making you dizzy here. How many ounce are those cups? I don't even know how many ounce the big cups are, but they're probably, I don't know, maybe, I want to say 20 ouncer or something like that. I had to measure it sometime, but that's the size of the liner for the big ones, or the bigger ones that I have, which was in that DeVilbiss out there. And that's enough. That ought to be more than a multi-panel liner, but I just don't know what size they are. I'd have to look. So at any rate, alright, I'm really going to upload this for you guys. I'm done battling here, so I'll catch you guys tomorrow.